What's the best response to, Dad, I think I'm gay? Lesbian here. When I came out to my dad he said, that's okay honey, I don't like guys either. My stepdad, who I consider my dad, was the man that raised me, and he's a big redneck steel worker. I came out at 18 and he sat me down and said, son, I've loved you like you were my own for the past 14 years. Why the hell would I stop now? In the 90s, when my girlfriend finally told her traditional Italian mom and grandma at 19, they sighed in unison and grandma said, oh thank baby Jesus, I was worried that I was going to have to tell you. My college roommate told me that when he came out to his mother, she asked, so what is butt sex like? Your father keeps pressuring me for it. The best answer is, and will always be, match their energy. If they're serious, take it seriously. If they're really nervous, then show them you love them and reassure them that they're perfect the way they are. If they just throw it out there like it's no big deal, then don't make a big deal out of it. There's no one way to react to someone coming out. You have to use your emotional intelligence, and read the room a little. But the most important thing is to just be supportive. Even if your response is sorta tone deaf, if you mean well then your kid will get that. One of my friends from high school was gay, and when he came out to his family his dad literally didn't look up from his newspaper and told him his sister didn't need to tell him she was straight, so why would he need to explain that he was gay? He's known him his whole life and already knew that. It was cute because he was so worried. I was getting ready to go to a sleepover with a girl I was totally crushing on and my mom was like, you look like you're getting ready for a date. And I paused and was like, would it be okay if I was going on a date with a girl? My mom just said, of course, just remember to practice safe sex. You can get STDs from girls too. When I came out to my dad when I was 16 I thought he would disown me. He said, son, if anyone ever hurts you for that, I'll fucking kill them. In that moment I realized that I had the best dad in the world. This story does not involve a dad, but it involves a very religious grandma. One of my friends was very nervous about telling his grandma that he was gay, and put it off for a long time. But when he turned 18 he decided that he had to get this done. When he told her she just looked at him calmly answered, of course you are. I have known that since you were 10-inch. At the age of 10 he didn't even know it himself yet. My daughter was looking extremely nervous one night while I was cooking dinner. I could see her talking quietly with her mom but she continued to look uneasy. After a bit of time, she came into the kitchen and I asked her what was wrong. She didn't want to tell me at first but I could tell she was uneasy, so I said she could always tell me anything. She finally said that she was pansexual. I just looked at her and said, that just means twice as many people that can turn you down for dates now, and she busted out laughing as I went back to cooking to finish dinner. She was apparently really nervous about telling me for some reason and was glad I wasn't upset. Hi gay, I think I'm dad. Seriously though, when my son came out I just said he was my son and it changed nothing between us other than I was happy he was discovering himself and growing up. Any man who would abandon or shun his own son for being gay is no man at all. Our son came out to us a month ago. We already suspected, so it wasn't a shock. When he told me I thanked him for telling me, told him that I loved him, then explained that who he wants to tell next and how he wants to tell them is 100% his choice and we will support him however he wants and needs. He gave us a list of people to tell, and by the end of the week he wanted everyone to know. Love and acknowledgement and support. Not me, but a friend of mine from college. When he came out to our group of friends, we were fine with it. He was still our friend. We then asked if he told his parents about it and said no. His parents are very religious and he plans to take the secret to the grave. The next day, he told his parents he was gay because he came home drunk from a party. All of us looked at each other, preparing to comfort him in case it didn't go well. But the next thing he said really surprised all of us. When he drunkenly told his dad that he was gay, the dad responded, well, if that's how God made you then there's nothing we can do about it. When he heard those words he sobered up quickly, and felt like a giant weight was off of him. It made him love his parents even more. We all congratulated him that it went well. He did say one lie though. When his mother asked if he was seeing someone, he said no, but he was. My high school-aged daughter told me this exact thing while in the car a couple of months ago. I told her, thanks for being brave enough to tell me, honey. I don't care who you love, only that they love you back as much as I do and are worthy of the love you give them. Make sure they deserve your love and make you a better person, and I'll be happy. My parents always raised me to be inclusive and that everyone is different and deserves to love who they'd like to love. When I was 16, my best friend came out to me on our way to get pancake mix for a dude night. I felt bad looking back at it, but we talked and he said my response of, "Wait, so does this mean you don't want to sleep over tonight?" was exactly what he would have wanted. To me it wasn't an issue, I was more worried he didn't want to hang out with me. We ended up hanging out and devising how he'd come out to the rest of our friend group. There were some jocks in the group and he was worried, but when the time came everyone was very supportive and we all still hang out to this day. My mate's dad said, "That's nice son," and carried on reading his paper. He's lucky to have such a cool dad. If I'd been gay my dad would have exploded. Edit for those asking, this happened in about 1997, and yes my friend thought his dad may already suspect as much, but he didn't for a moment think the response would be so casual. They're a great family, my friend married his long-term partner some time ago and they have a very nice house which I am incredibly jealous of. So my aunt is kind of old school and doesn't know how to address things. She is kind of in the middle between baby boomer and Gen X, so she is a bit more tolerant, but she is still awkward. My aunt has 3 boys and they are all gay lol. The youngest one was like 9 or something when he told her and he goes, "Mom, I think I'm gay," and she looks at him dead in the eyes and says, "So? What the fuck you want me to do about it?" LOL. She's fully supportive and tried to be nonchalant but her reaction was probably not what he was expecting. My wife asked me this when we found out we were having a son. I told her I'd make sure he knew how to fight before he told anyone else. I love the boy no matter what, but we live in rural Montana. Of course folks are more accepting than they were in previous generations, but you never know.